Number 35. This is part 5 of the review of the practice final. We're on number 35, and then you guys could try number 36. On number 35, we do have the subtraction of two fractions. Now, in order to add or subtract any fractions, you need a common denominator. So the very first thing you should do is factor out this x squared minus 36 and make it a x plus 6x minus 6. So let me rewrite this whole thing. Actually, I already have it written right there. Once again, the x squared minus 36, I factored it into x plus 6x minus 6. So here we have this fraction minus this fraction, and we could clearly see that both of them have the x minus 6. So the LCD will be this one, okay? And I already have it written over here. So here are going to be our two new fractions. So what do I do to this first fraction denominator to convert it to this new denominator? You don't do anything to it, so you're just going to leave the 2x squared minus 96 on the top. Now the other one, what do we do to the x plus 6 to make it look like x plus 6 times x minus 6? Well, you have to multiply by x minus 6. And of course, what you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. And so we're going to have to distribute up on top. You have x times x, that's x squared. X times negative 6, that's negative 6x. And then 8 times x is 8x, positive 8x. And then positive 8 times negative 6 is negative 48. Okay? We could combine the middle two terms, the negative 6x combined with the positive 8x. That gives us a positive 2x. So let's put a line through those two. So we really have the quadratic trinomial x squared plus 2x minus 48. And now that we have a common denominator on both fractions, now we could actually subtract the numerator with the numerator. So the best way to do this would be to first write down your, give me a second. Write down your new fraction with the common denominator, and all we're going to do now is combine the numerator with the numerator. And remember, there's a minus sign here, so we're going to have to distribute that minus sign to each and every term. In other words, that x squared in there is going to become, well, let's start with the left side first, okay? So over here, 2x squared, let's just bring that down, 2x squared. Let's bring down minus 96, okay? And now let's take this minus sign and distribute it right there. That's going to give you a negative x squared, okay? Then negative on the 2x is going to be a negative 2x, and the negative on the negative 48 is going to give you a positive 48, okay? So now let's combine the like terms, and we'll have our final answer. So if we combine the highest exponent term, 2x, with negative x squared, we'd get 1x squared. I need to scroll and make more space so we could keep working this. So here we go. Let me make more space. And once again, we're going to put our answer over that common denominator, x plus 6, x minus 6. And when we combine the 2x squared minus x squared, that gives us a 1x squared, or you could just put x squared. And then when we combine the negative 2x, combine it with, there's nothing else to combine it with, so just bring it down, minus 2x. And last but not least, let's combine the negative 96 right here with the positive 48. And our final answer is negative, I mean not final answer, but the negative 96 plus 48 is negative 48. Okay, so we now have this as our answer. However, we do notice that we have a quadratic trinomial up here, so we might be able to factor and continue canceling out and simplifying. So I've moved that to the side, and let's actually factor that. What times what is negative 48 that if you combine together is negative 2? Well, that would be a negative 6, or negative 8 times positive 6. And that works out great because we have an x plus 6 on the bottom and also an x minus 6 on the bottom. So our final answer, after canceling out the x plus 6 with the x plus 6, our final answer will be x minus 8 over x minus 6. That's our simplified variable expression. So let's take this answer right here and let's move it over. Let me move this work over here and move this answer over here. That way we could see it when we go to the paper over here. And the paper, okay, so we said the answer is x minus 6, x minus 8. It's x minus 8 and x minus 6. So it's definitely not A, but it could be B, C, or D. So what else do they ask on this question? They ask to identify any x values for which the expression is undefined. So what would mess up the expression? Let's go back over here. And the way to check out what values would make it undefined, you have to go to the factored form of the answer, which is down here, right? And what would mess it up? The x value of positive 6 or the x value of negative 6. I'm sorry, x value of positive 6 right here, x value of negative 6 right there, because that would cause the denominators to become 0, which would make it undefined. So in addition to knowing that the answer is x minus 8, x minus 6, we also need those excluded values of plus or minus 6. So here we are. We know that the answer is B, because it has the x minus 8 over the x minus 6, and x being 6 or negative 6 would make it undefined. I hope this helps. You could also try out number 36, the very next question, exactly like this one, and see if you could get the correct answer. Let's move on to number 37, actually.